Today, I want to tell you about an amazing event that took place in one of the smallest countries in Europe. I'm talking about the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, where, just last week, there was a historic change of power that affected the life of a 5-year-old boy who has now become the youngest heir to the throne in the world. On the 3rd of October, Guillaume was officially sworn in as the new Grand Duke of Luxembourg after his 70-year-old father, Henri, abdicated the throne, ending his 25-year reign. This event not only changed Guillaume's own life, but also the fate of his little son, 5-year-old Prince Charles, who is now officially the heir to the throne. This is, without a doubt, a landmark moment for the whole country. Luxembourg rarely finds itself in the spotlight of the world's media, yet events like this remind us that even the smallest nations can surprise the world with their stability, traditions, and smooth transitions of power. The ceremony of succession was filled with both grand and touching moments. The change of the throne was celebrated with 3 days of festivities throughout the Grand Duchy. The young princes attended most of the events, and, as children often do, they showed little interest in the formal ceremonies. Their spontaneous behavior delighted the thousands of locals who had gathered to see the new royal family. These adorable moments brought warmth and humanity to the official proceedings. This contrast between strict protocol and childlike spontaneity perhaps best symbolizes the modern monarchy. It still preserves its traditions, yet has become open, kind, and closer to the people. Guillaume became the 7th Grand Duke from the Luxembourg branch of the House of Nassau-Weilburg since 1890, when the modern monarchy was founded. His wife, Stéphanie, comes from one of Belgium's oldest noble families and obtained Luxembourgish citizenship after their wedding in 2012. Let's get to know the little heir to the throne better. Prince Charles Jean-Philippe Joseph Marie Guillaume was born on the 10th of May 2020 at the maternity hospital of Grand Duchess Charlotte in Luxembourg. He is the first child of the now Grand Duke and Grand Duchess, who were at the time the hereditary couple. Charles was born in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic and met his grandparents for the first time, not in person, but through a video call at the palace. When announcing the birth of his son, Guillaume said that it was the happiest day of their lives, as the arrival of a child is a true miracle and an inspiring moment for any parent. His words sounded especially moving in the context of the pandemic, when the whole world was in need of hope. Now that Prince Charles has officially become the heir to the throne, he will be in the public eye more than ever before. However, since he is still a young child, his parents will try to give him as normal a childhood as possible, and he won't start taking on royal duties until he's older. This approach shows that even in a royal family, child-rearing is built on principles of humanity and respect for childhood. Modern monarchs clearly try to combine tradition with care for their children's privacy. One of the first public appearances of the little prince with his parents took place in July 2021, when he brought joy to elderly residents of nursing homes during a series of special visits aimed at lifting their spirits after months of lockdowns. The then hereditary couple emphasized that their son's laughter and playfulness brought genuine moments of happiness to those elderly people. Despite his new status as heir to the throne, family life is not expected to change much. In an interview last year when Henri announced his plans to abdicate, Guillaume said he would do his best to balance his state duties with family life, giving his children as much attention as possible. He is convinced that it's possible to find harmony between serving the country and being a father, and those words clearly reflect the spirit of a new era in the monarchy. The role of the Grand Duchess will also remain the same for now. The Constitution of Luxembourg doesn't assign an official role to the spouse of the reigning monarch. She will continue to work on cultural and artistic projects, as well as social initiatives, Guillaume noted. It's easy to imagine that through these activities, Stéphanie will help give the monarchy a more modern and compassionate tone. The family recently built a new home on the grounds of the Grand Ducal Castle in Colmarberg. This residence will allow Grand Duke Guillaume to balance private family life with official duties. It's not just a matter of convenience, it symbolizes a conscious desire to create harmony between personal and state life. It's expected that one day Prince Charles will study abroad, just like his father and grandfather Henri did. Both Guillaume and Henri were educated in France, Switzerland, and at Britain's Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, where both Princes William and Harry of the United Kingdom studied. Interestingly, the Constitution of Luxembourg includes specific provisions for situations when the heir to the throne is under 18 years old. If something unforeseen were to happen to Grand Duke Guillaume, or if he abdicated before his son's 18th birthday, a regent would be appointed. According to Article 59 of the Constitution, the Chamber of Deputies must convene within 10 days to appoint a regent proposed by the government. In such a situation, Guillaume's younger brother, 41-year-old Prince Felix, would most likely be chosen. Prince Felix would act as regent of Luxembourg until his nephew's 18th birthday on the 10th of May, 2038. And did you know that Luxembourg is officially classified as a Grand Duchy, ruled by a Grand Duke or Grand Duchess? It's actually the last remaining Grand Duchy in the world. The modern state of Luxembourg was established in 1815 and was initially ruled by the King of the Netherlands. Adolphe of Nassau served as regent of Luxembourg under King William III of the Netherlands, and when the male line of the House of Orange-Nassau ended with William III's death in 1890, Adolphe became Grand Duke of Luxembourg. His descendants have ruled ever since. Today, Luxembourg is located between France, Germany, and Belgium and has a population of just under 700,000 people. It's a constitutional monarchy, and the Grand Duke serves as head of state, much like King Charles III does in the United Kingdom. Luxembourg is one of the smallest countries in the European Union and also the richest in terms of GDP per capita. Interestingly, Prince Charles isn't the only child destined to inherit a throne. In Monaco, 10-year-old Prince Jacques will one day succeed his father, Prince Albert II, as the sovereign prince, even though his twin sister, Princess Gabriella, was born 2 minutes earlier. The laws of succession in Monaco still favor males over females in the line of inheritance. In Bhutan, the heir to the throne is 9-year-old Jigme Namgyel Wangchuck. His father is King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck. In October last year, the Bhutanese royal family visited Australia, and the king and his wife, Queen Jetsun Pema, brought their 3 children along to events in Sydney, Perth, and Canberra, attracting huge crowds. These young heirs to the throne remind us that monarchy isn't just about tradition. It's a living history that continues and evolves with each generation. In Luxembourg's case, we see an extraordinary example of how a small country with a rich history is preparing its future leader literally from infancy, while still maintaining a balance between royal tradition and a modern approach to raising children. In our time, when many monarchies are facing the challenges of the modern world, Luxembourg's example shows how it's possible to preserve ancient traditions while adapting to new realities. Little Prince Charles may not yet understand his historical role, but he's already a symbol of the future for his country. And without a doubt, we'll be following his journey as he grows up to become the future Grand Duke of Luxembourg.